Hello guys, just try to keep this video short. But it's me, Can you start that video? Why I don't like Miles Morales, why I despise Miles Morales overall. Because I answer your question right here and now, because he's not a character. He's not a character, he's literally just black, rent a family daughter Spider-Man. When Peter Parker can't show up, that's when you bring in Miles, and that's pretty much it. That's literally the emphasis of his entire character. Somebody said, how could you say that? That's all he is. He's just a replacement Spider-Man. Spider's sidekick. He's a backup. He's not even a character of his own. He does not fight any of his own villains. He's pretty much Spider's sidekick. He's only there for when Peter Parker dies. He's only there when Peter Parker can't show up to save your life. That is it. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't have his own villains. He doesn't have a conspiracy story. It's like saying why a person wouldn't like Spider-Gwen. It ruins the character of Gwen Stacy, and she doesn't do shit. It's similar to Silk. Who is Silk? No one knows who she is. She also got bit by the same spider. Wonder how she's doing these time around. No one knows she's existed. But overall, the main reason I don't like Miles Morales because he's not a character. Into the Spider-Verse is one of the most overhyped, overrated movies I've ever heard of. And one of the best animated. Like what crack are you people smoking? Like what is this? It gotta be me, man. It gotta be something wrong with me. It gotta be. It has to be something wrong with me. We got a deformed, messed up Scorpion. We got a deformed Kingpin. We got a Rent a Tombstone, and we got a alternative version of Otto Octavius. That's what we got. That's what we got. We just can't have one villain. We just can't have three. We gotta bring in everybody. And do we really need 4 Spider-Men for pretty much the off-brand Sinister Six? Are you serious? When Peter could take them on by himself, with struggle of course. We need 5 to 6 Spider. And then the whole thing is, but I can prove, like, you gotta prove yourself to be a real Spider-Man. You gotta prove. I don't think you can take it. But like a 15, 14-year-old, that aged Spider-Man who lives in a suit and don't even got no damn powers, she's qualified to be Spider-Man, even though she's nobody without the suit. She's nobody, but Miles isn't. Are you serious? And then the grandiose turnaround. And that's supposed to be the best. Like that's the best movie you people have. That's how you know things are bad. That's how you know things are bad. I wasn't impressed. It's an alright film, but I'm not impressed. I wasn't excited. Spider-Man Noir is not even a character. He's literally just every noir stereotype, and that is it. So why do people like Miles Morales? I think it's just because he's Black Spider-Man. That's it. Because some people in the black community, there's a lot of black people who like some sloppy seconds. Some of them love when a character turns black, and there's others who just see Black Spider-Man and just say, hey, look, we got a Black Spider-Man, that's it. So what does he do? Nothing. Who does he fight? Nobody. What type of thing? What does he do in his own comic books? Having an off-brand clone Spider-Man saga? It's like, where do you go for this? And it's sad that every single beginning archetype for Miles Morales is the main Peter Parker died and that's it. He's one of the rare few characters who just exists as background filler. No one reads Marvel Champions. No one's gonna read that garbage. No one does read that garbage. It is a comic book that goes on for no apparent reason, filled with a bunch of characters that no one cares for. No one cares for America Chavez. No one cares for Miss Marvel. No one cares for all these other characters about to introduce in the MCU because they just have to, just because. And it's like every single time Miles show up, he's just so happy just to be there. It's like there's been this major push for Miles Morales, but for what reason? What does he do? Nothing. Who does he fight? Nobody. He doesn't do anything. Oh, but he got all these cool powers. He got the villain blast and he could turn invisible. And when's the last time that was useful? In his own movie? Pretty much. And that entire Spider-line, when I say Miles Morales, I'm not just talking about Into the Spider-Verse. I'm talking about universally, across every single universe, every single piece of game media, universally. And no one can make a decent argument for this damn character. No one. Aside from the fact that he's Black Spider-Man. He's the Spider-Man that shows up when Peter Parker can't afford to show up, or he just chooses not to. That's it. Got an army of Spider-Man. They don't do anything. And do you expect, ironic, that you expect, even in Insomniac Spider-Man, that you might get a glimpse of maybe Iron Man or Thor going up to Avengers Tower and you don't get to interact with him, you don't get to talk to him, but you just get to see in the background so that the city is alive, that you know, the heroes let everybody else deal with their own problems. If there are a problem, you know, if the Avengers exist, then SHIELD has to exist. I don't want to see Nick Fury, but you will expect to see some type of activity at Avengers Tower unless they're off the planet. I don't want to hear them get talked about every 5 minutes, but it gotta be something to show that this world is interconnected like that. But a few Easter eggs, no type of mention, and I think that's all it takes. But back to Miles, he's a nobody. He's a character that exists for no apparent reason. And he's sad because you expect to actually do something, but nope, just like Uncle Ben, every single time the Prowler get introduced, someone got to die. Every time Miles' parents get introduced, one of them has to die. Whether it's the father or the mother, it doesn't matter which one it is, one of them has to die. Every single time. I've seen it at least 5 times now, over multiple continuities, besides from, well, the current one in Marvel, you just had to bring them to the main universe. Why? Just because. So why did we turn Miss Marvel into Captain Marvel? Just because. Are we going to do anything with those characters? Nope. Nope. So how does she go from like the C to D cup to a cup? No one knows, fella. No one knows. Alright then. But back onto Miles' head, back on his scalp. I really don't like Miles. I don't really care when he shows up because he doesn't do anything. He's just there. He's a sidekick Spider-Man. He doesn't fight nobody. Oh, you just ever played all the games in the media? I've seen Into the Spider-Verse and I wasn't impressed at all. Because half that movie is bullshit. Without any basic explanation, because somehow Miles is not qualified. But a literal, the teenage thing is not the problem. The problem is the Asian girl literally is just in a suit. She doesn't have any powers. How the hell is she qualified to be Spider-Man? But Miles is not. Because his and then you expect after his uncle just died that they have to give some type of prep talk. They say, hey, look, Miles, these things happen, but we gotta go save the day. And he chooses to stay behind because how heartbroken he is, or how traumatized he is. Nope. Well, you're not ready. You're just not ready. After he just watched his uncle get killed, you're gonna sit there and say to him he's not ready, and you people thought this was good. And then like he just turns around just because he just decided to show up just because. He just slapped together a brand new suit, just spray paint over an old one, and that's all it takes, Johnny. That's all it takes. Well, I'm from a different universe, but the underground Spider Cave is gonna be the exact same spot. Narash Spider-Man not gonna have any type of personality. He's just a noir guy, because you know, classic noir media. Spider-Gwen just there because she's a cancer, and I hate her. And I hate her because it's an alternative version of Gwen Stacy, just because. And to me, it kind of devalues at the fact that Gwen Stacy is dead. The fact that Ghost Spider exists, in my opinion. But on top of that, not only you got Spider-Gwen, you have Gwenpool at the exact same damn time. And apparently both of them dropped a mixtape on me after this video because they couldn't take the heat. But, I personally don't like Miles Morales. I really don't. Oh, but you could say the same thing for Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. They became their own characters. They actually developed into their own things. They didn't just spend their entire time chasing after Two-Face or Black Mask. Eventually, Nightwing got Bloodhaven. Eventually, Jason Todd went up to do his own thing. Even with the whole outlaw thing, and they didn't really advance his personality, he did other things to just be under Batman. But what has Miles Morales done his entire existence? Be, number one, the replacement Spider-Man, or number two, Spider-Boy, Spider-Sidekick. That's it. They haven't tried to develop Miles into his own character. They haven't gave him anything unique. But the powers don't mean nothing. It'll mean just as much that one guy who ate the spider and was able to become multiple different spiders. I think it was called like Century or like 100 or something. I think his name was like 100. I guess 100 he's become villain. He ate the spider and he could destruct his entire body in the spider. Only he's interesting. What about the Korean Spider-Man, Silk? I bet she's interesting, guys. I bet she's just the best character in the world. And if that reality to a certain degree, if it wasn't Black Spider-Man, I don't think it would be as popular as he is at all. At least 2099 Spider-Man actually has a damn personality. At least the other Black Spider-Man, I forgot what it's called. The costume is in this game. At least he has his own damn person. At least he does his own stuff. That's not connected to Peter Parker. That makes him independent without actually giving him an in-depth, complex backstory and things like that. Just some quick writing to make him different. And just have his own personality. Yeah, I think it's like Punk Rat Spider-Man. So what is so different about Miles? Goes through the exact same struggling in high school, trying to spend time with his family while trying to be Spider-Man, still having identity issues. What makes him any different? What makes him any different from Peter Parker? Because he's not fighting nobody's different. The personality is pretty much more or less the same to a certain degree, but just because he's urban and he grew up from a different place, that's the only difference. So it's just what is there? And if you like this character, congratulations. You like something I could not. Congratulations. You was able to find value and enjoyment. Something that it's sad that I'm not even old and bitter yet. But look at me. But overall, those are the reasons why I don't like Miles Morales, and I probably never will. Because he's not a character. He's just a placeholder. He's not a character. He's just a backup. He's a replacement. That's it. And it's sad that the most character development Miles Morales has ever had was in the whole it was a whole anniversary mini story with Spider-Man. I forget what it's called. But it's pretty much how you get to see how like if Spider-Man aged through the decade like he was supposed to. He got older. That was like probably the most in-depth and best Miles Morales in the entire Miles Morales history. Because at least that he did something. At least they gave him something. And sure, does Peter Parker end up dying? Of course. But it was a worthy sacrifice, and Miles Morales was still different even before that. Who is he now? He's been a Spider-Man. That's pretty much it. He's a Spider-Man who you can't afford to show up to Chuck E. Cheese. You call him Miles. And that question, what happened to regular Spider-Man? That's who he is. That's who he's pretty much become. I don't want to hate Miles, but that's pretty much it. Be me, Java King. If you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and if you like Miles Morales, I don't know why, but like I said before, you just gotta watch this video. But then again, some might say I'll have more importance on seeing a black character being a character than anybody else, than just being a sloppy seconds character that was just given just because they had nothing else to do. At least if it was an actor, you could say maybe he was perfect for the role, or maybe they'll put a new spin on it, which most times they don't. They really don't. They just bring him in because usually the white guy costs too much, and they'll buy that kid for the right price. But yeah, just my personal opinion after all. If you Cyber King, guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully a new chapter will come out so I can be a more happier tone. But if you Cyber King, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.